Is this it? Can I steal this from Marla?
Yeah, thank you. I love that.
Hanukkah is in need. We'll just start right there. Hanukkah's just in need. Hi, Andrea. Participants. Spotlight for everyone. There we go. The older lady. That's like an understatement.
Okay. Michael, good to see you. Hello, hi Sandy. How are you doing? Good. Yeah.
I don't even think it was that long ago. Yeah. Yep. Come on up, Rivka left.
So how did the kids do with their first vaccination?
Talia was nervous because she's afraid of shots, but she did it.
But she did
And
it.
Noah has always been afraid of shots, but for this one, he was like, I want to get this shot. I'm good. And like he was
And they
great.
good.
And they're both very excited.
Oh, yeah, they should
It's a
be.
big deal. It's a really big deal.
I was excited to hear at the meeting the other night that 28 out of our 40
Yes.
kids.
That we know of. There
That we
might
know-
even be
be
more,
more.
which is amazing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
No. I had 2 medical procedures done this week on my leg to remove my varicose veins. So. Yeah, I'm all good. They're painless. They're just a pain in the tush. Yes. You can sit down if you like.
We'll let you know. It won't be too long.
It's fine. Sitting right now is good.
Yes. I'm sorry for the pain. Hello, everyone. It's good to be with you. Shabbat Shalom.
טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד, הנה מה 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 טוב ומנעים, שבת אחים גם יחד.
Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom.
And now everyone can hear me because I turned on the microphone. So I'll do that again. Shabbat Shalom, everyone.
Shabbat Shalom, Rabbi.
We begin our service in sacred community, all of us who are here in person, all of us who are here online. And I begin on page 127. We offer thanks, O God, for this Shabbat, which unites us in faith and hope, for Shabbat holiness, which inspires sacred living, for Shabbat memories glowing even in darkness, for Shabbat peace born of friendship and love. We offer thanks and blessing, O God. We are going to light our Shabbat candles, and it's a pleasure to invite Riva School to lead us in this blessing.
As these Shabbat candles give light to all who behold them, so may we, by our lives, give light to all who behold us. As their brightness reminds us of the generations of Israel who have kindled light, so may we in our own day be among those who kindle light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotzav v'tzivanu lahadlik ner shel Shabbat.
Amen.
Amen.
Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle the light of Shabbat.
Amen. Shabbat Shalom.
Thank you so much, Riva. We continue with Kabbalat Shabbat, welcoming in this beautiful day of rest.
Let us sing out to God, the maker of all, pure and strong. Let all of creation from mountain to sea hear our song. Lechu neranena, yai lai 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 lai. For all of the wonder in all of God's light, we us listen with all of our hearts to hear God's voice. Lechuneranena, yai lai 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 lai, la Adonai, yai lai 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 lai, la Ria, yai lai 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 lai, letzuri sheinu, yai lai 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 lai. We continue with singing a new song, Shir Chadash. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash, Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. Sing unto God, all the earth, a new song. I will sing unto God a new song. Sing unto God, and we'll all sing along. All the earth a new song unto God. Shiru l'Adonai kol haaretz, Shiru l'Adonai shir chadash. I will sing unto God a new song.
We welcome in the Sabbath bride with Lecha Dodi, and as we prepare to welcome in Shabbat, so too may we welcome in one another, whether it's little notes in the chat to our friends, new and old, or sending hugs across the sanctuary to be able to rejoice in being here all together. Together, let us welcome the sacredness of community.
Dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala yalalai 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad ishmiyanu el Adonai echad, u'shemo echad, l'shem multiferet v'litila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Likrat Shabbat lechu v'nelcha, ki hi mekor ha'beracha. Mirosh mikedem nesucha, sof ma'aseh b'machashavat techila. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala, yalalai, 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 b'nei Shabbat nekabela. Boi v'shalom ateret bala, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידלי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת קלה, ידלי, 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 בני שבת נקבלה.
We continue standing as we move to our call to worship, the Baruch Hu.
Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Baruch Hu et Adonai HaMevorach.
Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam va'ed.
Le'olam va'ed. Yalla lai lai lai, 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 yalla lai lai lai. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro mariv avim, בחוכמה פותח שערים. God of creation, who makes the evening fall from light into darkness with the setting of the sun. You unfold the heavens with brilliant moon and stars, and wrap our souls with peace. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro mariv haravim, בחוכמה פותח שערים. ברוך אתה אדוני המעריב ערבים.
As we turn to page 151, I'd like to invite up Sarah Gill to lead us in this prayer.
As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai Ohev Amo Yisrael.
Amen.
Thank you, Sarah.
echad. Baruch Shem kevod malchuto, le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated.
ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודיך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבביך. ושיננתם לבניך ודיברת בם בשבתך בביתך ובלכתך בדרך ובשוכבך ובקומך וקשרתם לאות על ידיך והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe what we were taught before ever we stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness, that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Yai la 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 la. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh. Nora tehilot osef eleh, nora tehilot osef eleh, Adonai imaloch leolam va'ed. מלכותך ראו בניך, חוקי הים לפני משה ומרים, שאלי אנו ואמרו, שאלי אנו ואמרו, אדוני ימלוך לעולם ועד. ונאמר כי פדה אדוני את יעקב ויעלום יד חזק ממנו, ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל.
Give us a place to rest, Adonai our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Watch over us as we go forth. Prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
Guide my steps and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps and help me make this day and help me find my way. I need your shelter now. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps, and help me make this day a song of praise to you. Rock me in your arms and guide my steps. We continue by thanking God for this day and this commandment to keep it holy. ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדורותם, ברית עולם ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, וביום השביעי שבת וינפש, שבת, שבת וינפש, שבת, שבת וינפש.
Prayer invites God's presence to suffuse our spirits, God's will to prevail in our lives. Prayer may not bring water to parched fields, nor mend a broken bridge, nor rebuild a ruined city. But prayer can water an arid soil, mend a broken heart, rebuild a weakened well. We turn to the Amidah. If you're following along with your books, on page 164, and I invite you to rise in body or in spirit.
Adonai, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. Adonai, שפתי תפתח, ופי יגיד תהילתך. יאללה לי לי לי, 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 יאללה לי לי לי. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו ואלוהי אבותינו ואמותינו, אלוהי אברהם, אלוהי יצחק ואלוהי יעקב, אלוהי שרה, אלוהי רבקה, אלוהי רחל ואלוהי לאה. האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם ועזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי הכל אתה רב להושיע, משיב הרוח ומוריד הגשם, מכלכל חיים בחסד, ומחיי הכל ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים והופך עולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עבר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומי דומה לך, מלך במית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי הכל. אתה קדוש ושמך קדוש, קדושים בכל יום יעללוך סלע. ברוך אתה אדוני האל הקדוש.
You are holy, your name is holy, and those who are holy praise you every day. Blessed are you, Adonai, the holy God. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. I invite you to continue with the prayers in our Siddur or the prayers of your heart, and when you feel ready to sit down, you are welcome to do so.
שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. ברוך אתה אדוני המברך את עמו ישראל בשלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. תשים
we've reached the part of the service where we get to take that Torah out of the ark. And this evening, we have actually something really special. We're going to be doing 2 different aliyot. One for the veterans in our community, of which there are quite a number, some here tonight, actually. And there's also an aliyah for all those who are celebrating birthdays or anniversaries in the month of November. But before we get to that, we have to take the Torah out of the ark. So I invite you to please rise in body or in spirit.
Yisrael, Yisrael, ve'orayta chad hu. Yisrael, Yisrael, ve'orayta chad hu. Torah, 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 hallelujah. Torah, Torah, hallelujah, hallelujah. Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Torah, Torah, hallelujah. Yisrael, Yisrael, ve'orayta chad hu. Yisrael, Yisrael, ve'orayta chad hu.
You may be seated. And for our first aliyah, I want to call up everyone in our community, whether online or in person, who is a veteran. I invite you to come up here. I know we have a few. I'm not going to call you out, but fortunately, you're coming up, so that's wonderful. I wonder if all of you would be willing to say just a brief piece about the service that you offered to our country.
Well, I offered
Come up just a little bit so we can hear you.
4 years and 8 months in the Air Force. The GI Bill sent me to school, and when I graduated, I joined the Department of Defense was forming a brand new agency called the Defense Contract Audit Agency. And to make a long story short, I spent 37 years with them. When I retired with over 41 years of federal service. So I was very honored at that ceremony to get the reward, especially the letter that was signed by President Bush thanking me for my service.
Wonderful. And you are decked out with all of this really beautiful stuff. Air Force veteran. I love the face mask that you're wearing. You might not be able to see it well enough for everyone online, but it's really beautiful. Jeff, what about you?
I worked for 2 years with the CDC, U.S. Public Health Service. I was the Epidemic Intelligence Service Officer for the District of Columbia and worked on influenza vaccination, and also spent 6 weeks in West Africa on smallpox eradication program.
Wow, wonderful. And Michael?
Yes, hi. Yes, so after graduation from NYU Dental School in 1968, I spent 3 years in the United States Air Force Dental Corps, one of which I got a huge amount of training in Mississippi in their hospital area. So it was a great experience for me professionally, and also Sandy and I were just married, so it was new beginnings, and then we came to California to start our life.
Wonderful.
It was a great experience. Thank you.
Well, thank you so much for sharing that. And for everyone who's online, I know we have at least one veteran online. I venture a guess that we probably have more than one. But if you'd like to write something into the chat, we'd love to include that as well. I'll give you a minute to do that. We'll do the aliyah. We'll go back to that in just a moment. And I invite you to do the aliyah. We're reading from Genesis 28, starting with verse 10, which is on page 195 in our Plout commentary.
tu et Adonai hambarach.
Baruch Adonai hambarach leolam vaed.
Baruch Adonai hambarach leolam vaed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. Vayetze Yaakov miBe'er Sheva, vayelech harana, v'yivka b'makom, vayelin sham kiva shemesh, vayikach mivnei hamakom, v'shem rishotav vayishkem b'makom hahu, vayichalom, v'hinei sulam, Mitzav arza, v'rosho magia hashamayma. V'hinei malchei Elohim, olim yordim bo.
Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher natan lanu Torah emet. V'chayei olam V'chinu. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. We don't have any comments in the chat, but for all of you who are veterans, who are online as well as being here in person, I'd like to offer this blessing for every single one of you as a token of appreciation. Compassionate God, source of mercy, we pay tribute to those who have served our country to express our gratitude for their courage and selflessness, both among those of us today and of those of generations past. This nation, built by those born of this soil and those who have come here from other corners of the earth, is on a continual journey toward its destiny. May we never let down those who have served in defense of this country. May we uphold the values of freedom, of the inherent dignity of every human being, by our own right conduct, by the kindness and tolerance that we show to one another. May we lead the world by example and become, in the words of Isaiah, a light to the nations. Then will the labors and sacrifices of all of these veterans be honored, not in words alone, but by our deeds. We thank you so much for everything that you have given and that you continue to give. Thank you. I know we also have at least one birthday in the room. Anyone who has a birthday or an anniversary in the month of November, I invite you to come up as well. And for all those who are online with us who have a birthday or anniversary this month, to join in the Aliyah. Yeah, come up, Sarah, to join in this blessing. I guess it's just you, Sarah, huh? Let me find my spot. There we go. Baruch Adonai Baruch Le'olam Va'ed.
Baruch Adonai hambarach le'olam va'ed. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. Asher bachar banu mikol ha'amim. V'natan lanu et Torato. Baruch atah Adonai noten haTorah.
Amen. V'hinei Adonai nitzav alav vayomer Ani Adonai Elohei Avraham Avicha Elohei Yitzchak Haaretz Asher Ata Shochev Alecha Lecha Etnena Ulazaracha V'haya Zeracha Kafar Haaretz Ufratzta Yama V'kadma V'tzonfa V'negba V'nivrechu V'cha Kol HaMishpachot Adama Uv'zarecha V'hinei Anochi Imach Ush Marticha B'chol Asher Telech V'hashivotecha את האדמה הזאת, כי לא אעזבך, עד אשר עשיתי את אשר דיברתי לך. ויקח את יעקב משנתו, ויאמר, אכן יש אדוני במקום הזה, ואנוכי לא ידעתי.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher natan lanu Torah emet, v'chayei olam nata b'tochenu. Baruch atah Adonai, noten haTorah.
Amen. And for anyone who's also celebrating a birthday online, let's see. Oh, I think there's a few birthdays, huh? So we have Rabbi Catherine. I'm not sure if these are our birthdays or if these are someone else. But for everyone who has a birthday this month, I'd like to offer this blessing for each and every one of you. Mishaberach avotenu v'yimotenu. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless you during this entire month of November as you celebrate another trip around the sun. May you be blessed with health and happiness. May this be a year of wonderful memories with friends and family. May you always have a sweater when it gets cold. May your face mask always protect you. May you laugh deeply and often. May you feel God's presence when you need to the most and even when you don't. May your eyes be open to the little miracles that surround us each and every day. But above all, may you know that you are seen, appreciated, respected, and cherished by all those who are lucky enough to know you. May you go from strength to strength and from blessing to blessing. Ad mea ve'esrim, just as Moses lived a good, fulfilling life until the age of 120, so too may you live with a blessed life for many years to come. And together, let us all say, Amen. Yasher koach. Oh, wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. We have names of other people who served in the military that I didn't see in time, but certainly that blessing that we offered is for every single one of them. Is there anyone who's celebrating an anniversary in the month of November? Anyone online? Okay, it looks like November is not a popular month for anniversaries, at least not among this crew. That's okay. But what we're going to do is we're going to dress the Torah and put it away. And as we do so, there it is. As we do so, I'll invite you to rise as we bring the Torah back to the ark.
It's Chaim hi lamachazikim ba v'tomcheha meusha deracheha darchei noam bechol netivoteha shalom ashivenu Adonai elecha v'nashuva Kadesh, Kadesh Yameinu, Kadesh Yameinu, Kekedem.
You may be seated. Such anticipation. Sorry about that. There we go. Jacob was scared. His entire life, he had been told that he was destined for greatness. This knowledge inspired him, as we know, to trick his brother out of his inheritance and the blessing of the firstborn. He listened to his mother when she told him to dress up like Esau, to pretend to be him, and to deceive his father. Rebekah, his mom, told him that's the way it was meant to be. He didn't think twice about the repercussions. He did as he was told. He took what he believed to be rightfully his. Esau's anger echoed throughout their home as he wailed in vain, "Father, do you have a blessing for me too?" It had all happened so quickly. His mother pushing him out the door, telling him to flee, to find family he had never known. And again he had gone, dutifully obeying. And yet he had never felt so alone. Jacob, for the first time in his life, truly was alone, traveling from the place he had known to something that he could scarcely imagine. He had believed that if he did what he was told, then everything would be okay, but for the first time in his life, as he lay under a sky of uncountable stars, he began to question everything. He fell asleep and at once began to dream of a stairway reaching to the sky. Messengers of God were traveling up and down the ladder, and a voice of God called out to him, "I am Adonai," it said, "the God of your ancestors. Remember, I am with you." It was a dream, but there was something about it that was so real and so profound, so meaningful, that Jacob awoke from this dream and began to shout, "Yesh Adonai b'makom hazeh v'anochi lo yadati." God was in this place, and I did not know. Jacob wasn't alone after all. God was with him. God was there in the darkness, the uncertainty, in his moments of doubt and despair, and his moments of fear. God was with him, standing beside him on his journey. God was not just there in the good times, but also in the bad. And then it hit him. If God was in this place, where else had God been? God was in this place and he hadn't known. If God was with him now, who else was God accompanying on their journey? Jacob paused for the first time to think about his brother Esau. And his excitement to find safety, it had not occurred to Jacob just how much pain Esau must be in, how much Jacob had truly hurt him. Jacob knew since birth that he had been destined for greatness. God had foretold it. Jacob had done all he thought he needed to uphold this prophecy, but he had created so much hurt and tension in doing so. For the first time, Jacob thought about another person's feelings, of the impact of his actions on another soul. In his book, God Was in This Place and I Did Not Know, Lawrence Kushner highlights the teachings of Rabbi Menachem Mendel of Kotsk, who taught that Jacob's revelation of God's presence was also one of humility. Jacob said, "Yesh anochi b'makom hazeh v'anochi lo yadati." God was in this place, and I did not know. The repetition of the word "I" was there for a reason, he teaches. For the first time in his life, Jacob recognized the centrality of his inner I, of his ego, in his life. He understood that he was not perfect. Could he have achieved greatness without stealing from his brother, without hurting him so, without causing an enormous rift within his family? For the first time, he conceded that this very well could have been the case. That if he wanted to be a leader and a person who would be an inspiration to future generations, that he needed to start thinking less about himself, to focus less on his ego, and more about others. That he had work he needed to do. It wasn't a surprise that Jacob's first encounter with God was in a dream. Only there could God penetrate through his ego. Jacob, of course, remained far from perfect. He didn't move from being selfish to being selfless all in one fell swoop over the course of one small dream. But this encounter inspired Jacob to begin his journey, to go out of his comfort zone in order that he could fully live. Indeed, that perhaps is why this Torah portion is called Vayetze, and he went out. Jacob awoke from his dream and decided to build an altar on this holy space, a reminder that he was not alone, a reminder that God was with him even in the hardest moments of his life, and a reminder that he was capable of being more, of working to become a better version of himself. He named this place Bethel, the house of God. At moments of hardship in his life, he'd return here to find inspiration and to reconnect with his greater purpose. It is a holy place visited by our ancestors throughout the Holy Scriptures and beyond. Now, each of us, we are not Jacob. His journey is not our own, but he did leave us a powerful symbol to which we remain connected. I do not know exactly why the founders of our temple, Bethel, chose this name for our holy space and our sacred community, but I'd like to think it has something to do with Jacob's insights in this Torah portion. That we are Temple Bethel. May we always know and feel God's presence with us. That we are Temple Bethel, may we know that God is with us at the good times and also in moments filled with uncertainty and doubt and challenge. That we are Temple Bethel, so may we feel called. May the sacred community call us in a way that is personally meaningful, to continually grow and evolve, to connect with all that is holy and spiritual, and to find new inspiration, purpose, and insights. So that may we, like Jacob, feel uplifted as the blessings that we are. Kain Yehi Ratzon, may this be God's will. And as we offer our prayers for our own well-being and growth, so too do we offer prayers of healing. Healing for everyone who is in need of healing of mind, healing of body, and healing of spirit. And so I invite you as we go around the room to say aloud the name of anyone for whom you'd like to offer this prayer. And for everyone who is online, I invite you as well to write down the name of anyone for whom you'd like to offer the Mishaberach.
Jerry Simon, Norm Cantor, Pat Wade.
For everyone, Erwin Scher and Donna Metzger, Jennifer Hamburg-Roski, Gabriel Mincer, Daniel Beth Page, Neil, Pam, Lena, Erwin Siegelman, Rabbi Ann Brenner, Linda Zweig, Karen Lavoie, Patty Lester, Nathaniel, Steve, Esther, Malchalea, Barbara, Mickey, and Pat, Erwin Scher, and for everyone else who we hold in our hearts, everyone who is in need of any kind of healing, may we offer this prayer.
Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen. Baruch atah Adonai, Rofei Cholim. Blessed are you, God, who is with all of those who are in need of your presence. And we all say, Amen.
Amen.
Sometimes I lay under the moon, I thank God I'm breathing. Then I pray, don't take me soon, 'cause I am here for a reason. Sometimes in my tears I drown, but I never let it get me down. So when negativity surrounds, I know someday it'll all turn around, because all my life I've been praying for, I've been waiting for the people to say that we don't want to fight no more. There'll be no more wars, and our children will play one day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day. V'ne'emar b'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom hahu, bayom hahu yeh Adonai echad, u'shemo, u'shemo, u'shemo echad. One day, one day, one day. Oh, one day, one day, one day.
Of course, we dream of a day where there is no more war, when the world is truly at a place of peace. As we turn to our mourner's Kaddish, there are many people who are remembering. Certainly all of those who fell at war. We remember people who have died in the past few days and weeks. Trinity Donias, Carl Muchnick, Linda Lester, and Adam Summerstein. We're also observing the yard sites of John Bailey, Dora Belford, Jay Belsky, Maurice Bencoil, Bertram Boxerman, Gloria Britz, Sally Chanowski, Jack Colbert, Sarah Cole, Eva Cooper, Isidore Davidow, Celia Dennerstein, Barbara Doolittle, Samuel Frank, Simcha Friedman, Sol Goldstein, William Harris, Louis Hillman, Ronnie Jones, Samuel Klein, Zelda Klein, Belle Lewin-Krauss, Evelyn Land, Ray Levin, Rebecca Lippin-Holtz, Sally Malberg, Herbert Marcus, Philip Merlin, Ella Miller, William Mitnick, Shirley Alshansky, Sylvia Ostry, Louis Pearlstein, Jeffrey Scott Raquel, Joshua Abraham Rubin, Harry Saul, Bernice Schneider, Alex Schwartz, Regina Schwartz, Mary Scott, Edith Shafton, Francis Sherman, Edward Sokolsky, Lillian Specht, Millie Steckler, Morris Tyson, Julius Wiener, Miriam Wissinger, Abraham Wolf, and Harry Zeed. In memory of every one of these people and everyone else who we hold in our hearts, we will offer the Mourner's Kaddish on page 598, and I invite you to rise in body or in spirit. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, ve'amad yivrach chirotei v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayachon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei d'kol beit Yisrael, b'gala u'v'zman kariv v'imru amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevarach le'olam olamei almaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitramam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitalev v'yitalal shemei dekudisha barichu. Le'ilam min kol birchata v'shirata. Tu shvachata v'nechamata. Da'miram v'alma v'imru amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav. Hu yaseh shalom. Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel v'imru amen. Zichronom livracha, may their memories always be a blessing, and together let us say, Amen.
Amen. Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Oh, say shalom bimromav, hu yaseh shalom aleinu. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh shalom, yaseh shalom, shalom aleinu ve'al kol yoshvei tevel.
We have a few announcements, so you may be seated, and I'd love to invite up Marla on behalf of the board to tell us about some exciting things that are coming up.
Thank you. Shabbat Shalom to all my Zoom friends. Shabbat Shalom to all of our Facebook friends. And Shabbat Shalom to those of you here in the sanctuary. I guess we have to do that whole list, right? Include everybody. Wishing everyone a Shabbat Shalom from your board of directors. It's my honor to be able to represent them this evening. I always feel nurtured and fulfilled after I attend services, Shabbat services. And tonight was no exception, except it was different, wasn't it? Every year around this time, we do make these decisions, these choices to acknowledge those people who have served our country in ways that a lot of the rest of us couldn't or wouldn't or whatever haven't served. And the gratitude that we can feel for everybody, whoever they may be, that parent, that sibling, that child, that friend, that acquaintance, and for all of us, we include the stranger. For all those folks who have done and continue to do all the right things for us and our country, to be able tonight to express gratitude was something very special. It was really exciting to hear also that sermon, that maybe there's a little bit of Jacob in each and every one of us. How wonderful. And as we relate to that story and the meanings that were shared by Rabbi Cassie, to think the connection that each of us has to Temple Bethel. It's always a good reminder. I know we hear the story every year, but how come it's always new to me? Short-term memory, long-term memory, both of them, they're shot. Having said that, no problem, because just keep reading the Torah over and over again and learning from one another. It's pretty terrific. So grateful for all of that. So grateful for Barbara, who was our in-person greeter. I don't know who our Zoom greeter was, but thank you, whoever you are. Barbara Brickman was back there. She was greeting people at the door. Thanks to the whole Skoll family. Every one of you participated tonight in blessings and representing who and what your life has been, Steve. And for Sarah, it's always a pleasure to have you come up and read a prayer or participate, whatever. And Reva, thanks for blessing those candles. It was just, I feel like I was in your home. It was wonderful. Thank you so much. And thanks to our beloved cantor and rabbi who always, you know, it's just like the first time. It's the best service ever. It's so wonderful. And Bob, thank you for supporting everybody and supporting these two beautiful voices and our ears. It's wonderful. I'm going to talk about you at the end, so don't leave. Rabbi Cassie's absolutely right. There are several things to remind you or tell you about that we want to share with you. Starting off with tomorrow morning, 9 o'clock, all the children. I don't suppose it would be bad if an adult showed up, but truly all the children are invited to join Cantor Elon for his wonderful breakfast and storytime program. It's available on Zoom. So it might be something fun for people to do. Then at 10 o'clock, it's going to be Torah on the Trails led by Rabbi Cassie. You're going to meet in person at the Madrona Marsh in Torrance at 10 o'clock, and I always whisper in your ear, remember to read the plaque on the building because there's a name there that you're going to recognize, and then you can say, oh, I know that person. The walk it's a flat walk, so everybody who can participate really should. It's filled with prayerful music, reflection, and conversation in the beauty of nature. And it's a big thank you ahead of time. Even though we're outdoors, thanks for wearing your mask. We're still working hard at staying well. Then next Thursday, November 18th at 7 o'clock, we're going to have a multi-access Thanksgiving interfaith program. It's going to be virtual and also in person here at Temple Bethel. We're going to join with friends from, listen to this, First Presbyterian Church in San Pedro, the Garden Church, the San Pedro United Methodist Church, and St. Peter's Episcopal Church. I think that one, maybe that one's in Palos Verdes, I'm not sure.
No,
It's up here? It's around here? Okay. Oh yeah, up the road. That's right. Anyway, we're going to share our faith in Thanksgiving of Courageous Faith. That's the title of this program. If you're fully vaccinated and would like to attend in person here at Temple Bethel, please email your reservation request to Carrie, and she'll confirm with you if space is available. I'm not going to do that, but I signed up to watch it on Zoom. So I think everybody, 100% of people, could start this season of being thankful by doing that. It seemed to me when I read it in our bulletin, it looked like a really neat thing to do. And finally, as if you didn't know, what's right around the corner? Thanksgiving, yeah, but what else? Yes, thank you. All right. It's right around the corner, and we're excited to invite you to participate in our TBE Hanukkah contest this year. Participants of all ages and artistic abilities are invited to roll up their sleeves and make their own Hanukkah for this fun competition. The Hanukkah will be judged on Sunday, December 5th, during our congregational Hanukkah event. If you can't come to the event, but you've made this incredible Hanukkah, don't worry, no problem. You can drop off your Hanukkah the week before during Tuesday or Friday office hours, which are from 10 to 2 o'clock. There's more details will be provided to you about the Hanukkah contest, and our Hanukkah event will be sent out, more information on the event will be sent out as well. We can't wait to see all of your incredible creations. Wishing everyone a peaceful and healthy Shabbat as well. So I said, Bob, thanks for staying, because for all of us who enjoy just your talent, your magnificent piano playing, creativity, whatever, there's an opportunity if all of you would like to attend tomorrow, November 13th, 7:30 p.m. And this is at Collage. It's a place for art and culture here in San Pedro. It's on Pacific Avenue. And it's an opportunity to hear about hear songs of the 1940s. You need to correct me if I'm wrong here or add to it. 1940s, they were sung by Ava Gardner, right? Is that true? In 1951, the movie Showboat? That's for the music?
Yeah, well, you're sort of going around with the topic here. I worked with a singer named Annette Warren, who was one of these women who was hired to sing for a movie star who appeared to be doing her own singing in these movies. And most famously, she sang the vocals that you appeared to see Ava Gardner singing in the 1951 movie Showboat. She also did Twice for Lucille Ball in the mid-50s for other movies. And she's continued to sing and teach and so forth with Palisburg's all these many years. And if you do your math and you figure she was singing for Ava Gardner in 1951, you realize that in 2021, she's getting into higher math at this point.
That's right.
She remains a brilliant singer and a wonderful interpreter of songs. She and I have loads of fun, and I think anyone who shows up will be the same.
Absolutely. And for those of you who couldn't quite hear Bob, I don't know, you Zoom people might not have been able to, this opportunity for you to listen to Bob, but this woman is going to perform with him. And she was the person who, what's the correct word, dubbed or sang for Ava Gardner in the movie Showboat, etc. Because I guess not all movie stars have great voices, but they sing and you think that they can. And so here's this lady, Bob has worked with her a lot, and they're going to perform. And it's very reasonably priced, $20. Parking's free after 6 p.m. on the street, and there's parking lots across from the building on 7th Street. And you can reserve this at evenbright.com. I think a lot of us have been doing that. Pardon me? Eventbrite. Yes, that's what it says, eventbrite.com, absolutely. So that was the commercial that we wanted to share with you. A happy, healthy Shabbat Shalom for everybody, and take care of yourselves.
Thank you, Marla, and thank you everyone for being here. We hope you have a really wonderful Shabbat Shalom. For everyone who is online with us, we're going to open up breakout rooms, so I hope you will hang around for a little bit so that you can spend Oneg Shabbat with friends. Get that started.